So, in the middle of a exciting project now. My last video that I had, I was working on this Yamamoto 200 four-wheeler, and I briefly introduced my 2000 Mustang that I've been building for a couple of years now. It started off as a Cobra R clone, which was originally a V6 car that had a whole Cobra R clone kit on it, and it looked pretty legit, but it was a V6, and it sounded awful with Flowmasters, and it was kind of embarrassing for a Cobra clone to have a V6 in it. So I talked in my last video that I was thinking about the idea of a 4-valve swap, and was going to record that, and well, the plan came a lot quicker than I thought. I was able to locate a blown up 99 Cobra motor that I got really cheap, and luckily everything from the block up was in good shape. Was able to save the whole timing assembly, the heads and intake, and I'm going to take my 2-valve motor, which I busted a bolt on the head right there in the head, and I had to try to extract it with an extractor tool, and it snapped the top of the bolt off. So then I tried drilling it out and putting a reverse thread bit in it and try to back it out, and that broke off in the head, and then being a hardened metal, it didn't really drill at all. So I tried torching it out, and that didn't really work. So I just RTV'd it and decided to send it. Well, I knew it wasn't really going to hold, and it didn't go out on me yet, but I luckily found this 4-valve before I was able to find out whether it was going to blow out on me or not. So I pulled that motor, as you can see, it's out of the car, and my garage is a complete disaster right now. I have bathroom remodel going on. Like I said, I have the 4-wheeler project going on, and now I have this 4-valve swap going on. So the motor I got, the rear 2 pistons went in it. The guy I bought it from said that he doesn't know any of the history on it. He bought the car blown up, and the guy said that the car sat for a while, and then he got it out, and it just blew up on him, which I don't really believe, because for the carnage that happened to this thing, he must have been redlining it or running nitrous or something, because we have a massive hole in the side of the block here, and there's a hole in the top of the block there. Let's see if we can get the other hole. And we have another hole on the side there. You can completely see through this motor. There's what's left of the piston in the cylinder still. That one did not want to come out. So my plan is I got 2 new pistons and rods to replace the 2 that were messed up. Everything else was in good shape. So from what I've researched, the 2-valve motor has a dish piston, which if I were to run those, they're going to lower my compression significantly with the 4-valve heads, so I probably wouldn't even gain anything putting 4 valves on with 2-valve pistons. So that's why I was able to replace all the pistons to keep them all Cobra with the flat top to get the compression I need to be a complete Cobra motor at that point. So I'm using the 2-valve block and replacing everything over to that block to make a Cobra motor. The blocks I've been researching are rated for 700 to 800 horsepower, so that's not really going to be an issue because my goals are probably max maybe 600, because I don't really need 1,000 horsepower. I like my street car. It's not going to be a dedicated track car or anything. It's just my my toy for nice days and being obnoxious. I love being obnoxious. So I'm going to start ripping this motor all apart and take you through the process of rebuilding it as a Cobra motor, and I'll be able to truly say that my car is a Cobra at that point. It's not a VIN number legit Cobra motor, but it's going to be a actual Cobra clone with a 4-valve Cobra engine in it. I already have the Terminator Cobra brake swapped for the front with the new oversized rotors, and I also have Cobra, and I have the Terminator front bumper on it, the Cobra R hood, which I honestly like over the Terminator hood or any other of the cowl hoods. I think it looks the best and most aggressive. Well, next to the Mach 1. The Mach 1's got a pretty aggressive look to them. I also have the Terminator rear wing spoiler, which gives it a little ducktail look, which I really like. I have the Cobra R wheels that are dirty as hell just from turning my car around in my driveway, because my driveway is gravel and all muddy because it's springtime. So we're gonna start ripping her apart and get back to you shortly. Okay, so we've got one head off so far. I'm about to pull the other head off. Making some progress here. Almost down to a block. I'm going to set us up and pull this other head off. What happened? Let go. Well, I got all the cone out of the motor now. Thought I had it all drained. A lot more in that head than I thought there was. Have to make a trip down the road and get some kitty litter, because I made a mess. Alright, next step is we're going to flip this motor over. Hopefully we get all the fluid out by then, and then we can pull the oil pan off, start pulling these pistons out, and let me show you a little comparison here. So this is the Cobra piston. It's a nice flat top, and these are, wipe that up a little bit. Okay, so we have our flat top compared to the 2-valve, which is dished, which seems to be sweet. A bit higher compression than the 2-valve would be. I'm going to pull these pistons out, and my hone will be in, I think, Sunday or possibly Monday morning. So then we can work on deglazing these cylinder walls, and then we can, well, my rod bearings will be in Monday too. So pretty much we can get it all broken down to a bare block, and then we can clean it all up and put the new pistons in hopefully Monday afternoon-ish, if everything goes as planned. So I'll touch back to you when I've got the pistons out. Okay, so we're back. And about to pull the last piston out. Surprisingly, everything looks very clean. You can still see the cross hatching pretty well on the cylinder walls. Definitely has pretty good glaze on it. You can't feel it all with your nail. The main bearings, or the rod bearings, look phenomenal. Surprisingly, for like 113,000 miles this engine had on it. So I can't really complain there. Wasn't doing a lot of red line shifting or anything, so I wasn't really abusing it too much, but it definitely put it through its paces. Bearings don't look bad at all. No scoring or anything. They look honestly almost like brand new. Ooh, factory. Even the piston tops don't even look that bad. You got any experience. Awesome. Still look brand new. Yeah, I had no problems with this engine. It was the fact it was a 2-valve and I really wanted a 4-valve. And the head had a broken bolt in it, and that was just a ticking time bomb. But other than that, this was a really good motor. Now it's going to be an even better motor. Now I'm at the point where it's pretty much a standstill until parts come in. I need the hone to clean up these before I can put the pistons in. And I can't attach the push rod or the connection rods until my bearings come in Monday. So it's standstill for the next couple of days, but I guess I can clean up and paint the valve cover or the timing cover while I'm waiting. Get this all prepped for putting gaskets and everything on, clean up all the surfaces. Other than that, yeah, waiting game.